Hey YouTube, this is my first Yu-Gi-Oh video, so sorry in advance for the sound quality, it's the first video, right? But recently I've been seeing a lot of builds with Salamangreat after the banlist limited Gazelle, and nobody's really been adding Metalfoes to the mix. The reason I think this is a more consistent version of Salamangreat is because there are in total 11 ways of searching out Gazelle on your first turn. So you're always going to get that +4 combo on the first turn. And I'll show you guys some of the combos later, but here, let's count the different cards that'll get you Gazelle with this deck. So you have Baboon over here. This is a great card. When you summon it, you draw one card, place one card back to the deck, so it will help get rid of any dead cards in your hand. And this card, when it's destroyed, it lets you summon 2 more, and it's a generic 3-star monster, which is great for summoning Mirage Stalio. I can show you guys the combo later. So that's 3 ways, and then you have the Lady Debug, so that's 4. And Lone Fire just helps you get Baboon faster from the deck. Like if you have a Lone Fire, you keep summoning more Lone Fires until you reach the Baboon. So that's 7 ways now, and then you have Gazelle, so that's 8 ways. And on top of that, you also have Salamangreat Circle and Signet Mining. So I mean, you do the math, 8 + 4, so that's 12 ways. So I guess that's even one more way of getting than I thought. Well, anyway, but that's 12 ways of getting Gazelle on first turn with this deck. So basically limiting Gazelle to 1 did nothing. And I'm going to show you guys some of the combos, but also some cool tech cards that I added to the deck. Like, you might be wondering why qliphorts Scout is here. It's because if you already have a Metalfoe in hand and you already have Gazelle, like a way of getting Gazelle out, you could potentially, with Summoner's Art, consistently go for a Cyber Dragon Infinity combo, where you could, I can show you that combo later on as well. The other thing that I have is Super Poly, which is really good with Metalfoes. A lot of people have been talking about Metalfoes Crimson Knight. All you need is a Metalfoe monster, and you could take 2 of your opponent's monsters, any 2 monsters that they have. So it's a great disruption. And Super Poly, they can't chain to, so they can't really negate or do anything about it. And then you also have Starving Venom as a generic, like, you don't have a Metalfoe on the field, just use Super Poly to take their monsters if they have dark monsters. So yeah. So let's get into the combos. So the first combo, which a lot of people don't know about, well, as you can see, I got Signet Mining. Like, in total, this hand has 2 ways of searching for Gazelle. Let's say your Signet Mining, for some reason, got ashed, right? I would discard Wolf Flame, doesn't really do that much, and I want the 2 generic rank 3s. So let's say that got ashed. You can't do anything is what you would result in with the normal Salamangreat deck. With this one, you just activate Silver, normal summon Baboon, and use this effect to, see what you have next, or just get rid of like a dead card. In this case, we have an Ash, so I'm going to keep the Ash. And actually, just for the sake of showing the combo, I'm going to send the Ash to the deck as well. So this is going to be kind of a 2-card combo. And so after resolving Baboon's draw effect, what you want to do is activate Metalfoe Silver, or any Metalfoe card where they have this generic effect where once per turn you can target one other face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, set 1 Metalfoe spell or trap from the deck. So we're going to destroy our Baboon. Baboon has this cool effect where if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon any number of Baboons from the deck. So let's say we destroy him, and Now we're going to set any Metalfoe card. Let's set counter because, well, I explained it in the end. It has to do with having wolf out on the field, the Salamangreat wolf. So yeah, so Baboon effect. After that, we're gonna summon 2 more Baboons from the deck. And if you ever have like a Baboon in hand, like an extra one, because you can't summon them from the deck if it's in hand, right? So when you normal summon the first one, just send the one that's in your hand back into the deck. And that's why it's super consistent. Like, you can never go wrong with this, having a Metalfoe and a Baboon in hand. So now you're going to use the effect. Let's just see what we get, like potential cards, right? So this time, and it's not once per turn, so this time you could draw, like, in total you've drawn 3 cards and probably gotten like 3 dead cards out of your hand, right? So now we're going to overlay into Mirage Stalio. And there you go, and this is our generic access to Gazelle from the deck. And now we're going to use Gazelle's effect to send Jaguar to the grave. And then we're going to link off Mirage Stalio and Gazelle, summon out a wolf. And now that we have a wolf, we're going to use the Jaguar in the graveyard. And this is pretty much the standard combo that you see with Salamangreats. In the end, you're gonna result in like +4. So because a monster was summoned to where wolf is pointing to, we get the Gazelle in hand. And now we're gonna go for Bilinx. Bilinx gets the field spell. And we're going to activate the field spell. And we could do 2 things over here. Usually what people would do is they would reincarnation link summon the Bilinx. But we're going to do something different. We're going to summon either Heat Leo or another wolf. I would prefer another wolf just because we have Metalfoe's counter over here, which could potentially give us a card from the grave on the opponent's turn. So let me show you guys what this could do. Like, let's say you've ended your turn, and your opponent's turn now. So let's say your opponent destroys any card that you control, right? It could be the field spell, which usually is a good target for them, or your scale, or even if they're targeting counter, you get a plus because this has a graveyard effect. But they know what counter is, so they probably read it, and like we're assuming that they're smart and they go for the field. So let's say they go for the field, your field is destroyed. Now you could activate counter, and since you activated counter, what this card does is if cards you control is destroyed by battle card effect, special summon a Metalfoe from the deck. So we're going to special summon any Metalfoe. Usually I would go for Bismugear just so you get search. But then if you know that your opponent's going to OTK you or something, you go for Wolflame. So now you've summoned a monster to where Wolf is pointing to. So Wolf is going to add 1 more fire, and you could potentially add an Ash Blossom in the grave or a Jaguar. So it's kind of up to you what you add. Or I mean, you don't even need the Jaguar. You could just add a Bilinx, or you know, any card that's in the grave that you want. It's a Salamangreat, of course. So yeah, that's the first combo, and at the end of the combo, I guess, because we had, let's see. So if I go back on sending everything to the deck and stuff and put the field, how it was. So yeah, from 2 cards, we went to, I guess this is a +3. Though if you had Bilinx on the field and you did Reincarnation Link Summon like the generic combo, then it could also be a +4 So there's your first turn +4, which is pretty consistent, assuming they negated your first cyanide mining. So that is a 2-card +4 combo. Okay, so let's reset the deck and show you the next thing. So yeah, we already got Gazelle in this hand. But let's say like we don't have a Gazelle. We can always search it with cyanide mining. Right? As you can see, every time we play, there's 2 ways of searching Gazelle on the first turn. It's because there's 11 different ways of searching Gazelle in total, and it's pretty consistent how many times you end up with Baboon, Metalfoe, or cyanide mining in hand. So okay, for the second combo, let's say you already have a way of getting Gazelle, which is our cyanide mining over here. So we've gotten Gazelle with this. And we don't really need to use our Metalfoe for anything else, right? Or let's say you have 2 Metalfoes, you could also do this combo with that. But for now, this is like the normal version. So we're gonna activate Scout, use Scout effect, search a monolith, and now we're gonna activate Wolflame, and Wolflame's gonna pop the Scout for that counter again, Metalfoe counter. And now we kind of have a setup going. Like I think we actually still need 1 more card, I think. Yeah, because we have to pendulum summon with this combo. Because we need at least 1 other scale in hand. So I guess because we have the cyanide mining, right? And we sent 1 card back to the deck. This is more of like a general 4-card combo, I guess, with 1 generic card. So let's say you have like the appropriate scale or whatever in hand, and your scale is set, right? In this case, we could just pendulum summon all 3 monsters and go for game. Oh, well, you know, go for the generic play. But you could also do something like normal summon Gazelle. Use the effective Gazelle to send Jaguar. Usually I'm sending Jaguar with Gazelle. Actually no, in this case we're going to send the Spinny to the grave. And the reason I'm playing 2 Jaguars, 1 Spinny is because if you have a Jaguar in your hand, your combo kind of stops. But if you have a Spinny in your hand, you can just discard it and then summon it from the grave. So use Spinny's effect. And now we're going to go into the Mirage Stalio. Use Mirage Stalio's effect for the Jaguar. Now send both of these guys for a link summon of Wolf. Use Jaguar's effect from the grave. And use Wolf's effect to add back the Gazelle. And from here, we're going to go into Balinx. Use Balinx's effect to get Century. You could activate Century now or later. I'd prefer activating it like maybe next turn, because you don't really need the reincarnation summon for this combo. But yeah, now you have your second Wolf out. And now you can pendulum summon. So we're going to pendulum summon our Scout and Monolith. And now we're going to Yeah, now we're gonna summon Cyber Dragon Nova on top of Cyber Dragon. And then on top we're gonna put in Cyber Dragon Infinity. And so that was kind of a 4-card combo, but we got our protection in the grave and a bunch of resources in the grave as well. So, and then we ended up with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. So I guess we went +2, but then we have negates with Cyber Dragon Infinity. So yeah.